Over the week, we got some more big news as it pertains to both the upcoming College Football 26 game and Madden 26 as well. Now, we got a few small tidbits here and there, so I didn't want to make standalone videos for either thing because they were just really small bits of information, but we kept getting more and more throughout the week, so I figured let's put together an entire video and kind of talk about the few things we learned about both upcoming games that are set to be released this summer. Now, we're getting pretty close to College Football 26. We should be getting some really concrete info on that. I would say within the next month from EA, like a trailer, the cover athlete, and some of the features that'll be coming to the game. So if you don't want to miss out on any of that important stuff, as it's probably going to drop within the next month, make sure to subscribe and turn the bell icon on so you don't miss any of those videos when they drop. You know, more than half of you that watch the videos aren't subscribed, so you might miss out on some really critical information. And of course, shortly after that, we're going to start getting information about Madden 26 as well. Now, in terms of what we found out this past week, there were some pretty big things in my opinion. So first off, for College Football 26, one of the, I would say, critiques of the game last year, College Football 25, was that the commentary lacked a little bit of oomph, right? We were happy to hear the commentators that were in the game, such as Chris Fowler and Kirk Herbstreit and Kevin O'Connors and guys like that, but it just felt at times that it was a little underwhelming, especially Chris Fowler, who, you know, on a regular broadcast is, you know, a lot more animated. A lot of people were even asking or hoping that Chris Fowler would reduce some lines. Well, funny enough, a few days ago he made a little bit of a video talking about some of the new stuff he's doing for the game, and he did this a lot last year before 25 came out. He was constantly updating throughout the process of recording for the game. Let's hear what he had to say.
This misting device helps hydrate the vocal cords in times of stress, and this morning qualifies. I did 155 touchdown screams for the new EA sports game, and it was like this: touchdown Thundering Herd, touchdown Green Wave, touchdown Hilltoppers, with not much of a break in between. So a little of this, the rest of the vocal cords. Kind of an intense, loud morning in here today.
So it sounds like for College Football 26, Chris Fowler has redone a lot of stuff. Obviously, they're going to always add new lines every year. That's something they've done with Madden over the years. They always try to add a little bit more to it each year. But it sounds like he's putting a little bit more emphasis, a little bit more oomph on some of the big calls in the game, and he's redoing a lot of those touchdown calls and things like that. So it does sound like the commentary for College Football 26 will be a little bit better than it was last year. It'll have a little bit more energy, and that's something we definitely need in a college football atmosphere. We also got another post from Kevin Connors around the same time as well, and he simply just said back in the lab, and he tweeted a picture of himself with the recording equipment. So we do know all of the guys in the game, they are recording more lines, they're recording new lines, or even redoing some stuff. So kind of just like to see that. We know that the game is going to be bringing back some more things that didn't make it in a 25, but you still want to see them improve on the things that are there, like some of the current features or the commentary or the player editing or whatever have you. You always want to see them kind of fine tune and redo some things to make the quality better. Today's video is sponsored by Raycon. Now, as you can see, I've got my green pair of everyday earbuds in now, and there's plenty of reasons why this is my favorite earbud. For starters, this is their latest model, which is better than ever, and they come with a 32-hour battery life and multi-point connectivity that lets you pair with 2 devices at once. These earbuds also come with active noise cancellation, which is often pretty difficult to find at such an accessible price point. And that's kind of a big deal for me because when I'm outside, if I'm jogging or just walking, there's usually a lot of cars around, so I like to kind of block all that out so I can just hear the music. And another thing I love about these earbuds is they never fall out of my ear. That's a problem I've had with tons of other earbuds on the market, but these always stay locked in whether I'm jogging, playing basketball, it doesn't matter. Raycons also make a perfect gift, and with Mother's Day coming up, this is the perfect gift to give your mom. Hey, just because she's your mom doesn't mean she doesn't like to listen to music or podcasts as well. Treat her to a pair of everyday earbuds, and I guarantee you it'll be the best gift you ever got her. Go to buyraycon.com/Rayweather to get 20% off site-wide. Brought to you by Raycon. Now, speaking of game commentary, we just talked about College Football 26. Let's jump over to Madden 26 because we just got a pretty big bit of info these past few days, and it was said that NFL Red Zone host Scott Hansen will be a new in-game voice for EA Sports Madden NFL 26. We saw last year for Madden 25, they finally updated the commentary for the first time in like 8 to 9 years. They added in Greg Olsen and Mike Tirico. They also added in Brock Heward and Kate Scott to go along with the old commentary team that was already in the game, but now they're still beefing it up more. They're bringing in NFL Red Zone host Scott Hanson. Now, how exactly he'll be used, we don't know yet. I'm thinking it's not going to be in like a massive capacity, but it is still cool that he's going to be in the game. Now, according to Insider Gaming, they did a little bit of an article on this, and they said that there were no specifics that were revealed, but it's likely that Hanson would be a voice players here when loading into a game, as well as maybe during halftime. It's unknown if more will be added for Hanson's role, as EA Sports has yet to officially reveal Madden 26's features. But something else that did come out around this time is it said that Scott Hanson was going to pretty much be recording for the game about right now during the spring, which tells me that he's not going to be in the game in like a major capacity, just because if it was going to be in a bigger capacity, he would be recording for a much longer period of time. He would have already been recording. So if he's just going to be recording for a few months, he's probably not going to be in the game in a very big way. He might replace Jonathan Coachman, for example, who's been in the game for years, where you kind of hear him pop in and out here or there, maybe a little bit during halftime. He could be a voice they use in other spots, potentially like somewhere in Ultimate Team when you're loading into challenges. We don't really know exactly what they're going to do. He's not going to be a full-on commentator. What I would hope is that maybe they're redoing the halftime show a little bit, because that's one of the biggest things they've needed to do. So if they're going to use him in that capacity, that could be pretty cool, and it probably wouldn't take too much of his time. So we'll see if that winds up being the thing that he's used for. And the other big thing that was revealed, I believe Insider Gaming may have broke this, but the Switch 2 we do know is coming out soon, and it has been confirmed that Madden 26 will be a launch title for the Switch 2. We didn't hear anything about College Football 26, however, but it's good that Madden is finally, after all these years, coming to the Switch. And with that being the case, we might wind up seeing Madden come to the Switch soon as well. Now, that's a pretty big deal because Madden has never been on the Switch, and many people have been asking for that for a long time. And from the little we've seen about the Switch 2, it definitely looks a lot more realistic than even the original Switch looked. So it's pretty cool that Madden is finally coming to that for people that have been wanting it on the Switch. We didn't, however, hear anything about college football coming to the Switch. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that college football isn't coming to the Switch ever, because recently one of the higher up guys in EA said that they are looking to bring the game to more platforms, and really the only other platforms that could be would be PC or the Switch, maybe even both. If they're putting Madden on the Switch, more than likely they're gonna put college football on the Switch at some point, because right now college football is kind of, in a way, the bigger game. Like, NFL is obviously the bigger product, but college football has more hype. It did a lot of sales last year. So if they're bringing Madden over there, pretty sure they're going to want to bring college football over there as well. It probably just won't be a launch title. Maybe it comes later in the year, or maybe they bring it to the Switch the following year. But we do know Madden is officially going to be on it, which means college football, more than likely at some point very soon, will be on it as well. So if you are a Switch player, or if you're looking to pick up the Switch 2, you're going to be able to play some of these football games that you couldn't play on the previous version of the Switch. Now, if you want to know about some other big changes that I hope we see in College Football 26, make sure to check out this video right here on the screen.